it's the Atheist guy here. I just want to make a response to Philos71's video. 5 questions every intelligent atheist must answer. Hope I got your name right there, Tony. Link should be in the sidebar. Check him out. He's a very intelligent guy and I like his videos. But anyway, moving swiftly on to the questions. Question 1 was, why choose God of chance rather than God of gaps? Well, I know I personally would rather take a chance and try to explain things logically and scientifically. I would rather run the risk of being shot down, criticised, my work be torn to shreds, or have it acclaimed and accredited and verified by peer review, and eventually have it taken up into scientific fact, or at least scientific theory. Yeah, I would rather do that than sort of say that, I don't know, God must have done that bit, you know. So question 2 was, why must there be something rather than nothing? Okay, I could ask the same as to why must there be a God rather than none. If there was nothing, you and I would not be having this debate right now. The fact that there is something, the fact that we are having our debate, shows that something exists rather than nothing. You try and say that because there is life and it has some sort of marker of intelligent design, that means that there was an intelligent designer. Not really. What is your marker of intelligent design? Is it that things are complicated? That things are extremely complex and not well designed, but things function well. Well, things don't function well. Things go horribly wrong all the time. These children born without skin, people get AIDS, people contract viruses and many other diseases on a much larger scale. Asteroids collide into planets all the time. Whole galaxies collide into each other. You know, it's not a pretty sight out there. The idea that creationists have that there is order within the universe, not so much. Things go wrong all the time. Stars explode, and yeah. Well, if there's life out there, it gets wiped out pretty much every day. You mentioned moral order in the same question. I had to look it up, but the definition for moral order is a body of unwritten social morals and conventions which serve to maintain societal order. Okay. You said that exists across the world. I'm taking it you meant that there's one moral order across the whole world. Have you talked to many cannibalistic tribes? Have you talked to woman beaters, murderers, rapists? No. Have you talked to many genocidal political leaders? No. These people believe what they're doing is right, and that they are morally just. Many of these people believe that what they're doing is right because they're doing it in the name of God. Do you need an example for that one? Let's try Bush. God told me to go to war in Iraq. God told me to kill people. Yeah, well. Question 3. Where do you get your morals from? Okay, that's a good question. Where do I get my morals from? Well, where do you get yours from? You would probably claim that you get yours from the Bible, that God gave you your morals and everybody else. Well, have you read the Bible? I really wouldn't want to be following God's example. I won't go into the exact details, but he advocates murder, rape, mass genocide, Holocaust of millions. In fact, depending on what the population was at the time of the biblical flood, he wiped out quite a few people. Well, some morals are inbuilt. whether it be through evolution favouring some genes that are prosperous to a society or to a species, or whether it be through immediate primary socialization or from observational learning. These are how we get our morals. There is no divine gift that is sort of inbuilt into every person's mind. But also, how many of the religiously minded act morally out of the kindness of their hearts or out of their own nature, rather than out of fear for eternal damnation and eternal torture? Do they do it because they want to do what's right? I'm sure some do. In fact, I know a few people who would. Or do they do it out of, yeah, if I don't do that, I'm going to hell. That's somewhere I don't want to end up. Therefore I'll be good because I was told to. Question 4. How did morals evolve? Well, you give example of cavemen murdering each other and then suddenly feeling bad because they know they shouldn't do it. Whereas in the animal kingdom, if animals kill each other, that's a good thing. Not so much. Within the animal kingdom, killing within the same species is a very rare event. If it does happen, it usually happens because of a power struggle for authority, and usually that only ends up in injury, but sometimes, yes, it can end up in murder, if you want to put it that way, of one another. Similarly, in human society, if an alpha male or an alpha female, for that matter, in extreme cases, if they kill each other, usually there's little to no guilt felt. They were sort of right in what they were doing. Especially in America, where gun toting is a great thing and you're actually paid if you kill someone in certain states. They believe, oh yeah, I killed someone because they were breaking into my neighbour's house. And they feel right for doing that. Okay, question 5. It took me a little while to sort of gather this one in my head, but can nature generate complex organisms in the sense of originating it when previously there was none? Well, actually I looked down the comments to try and find an answer for this one, and the best one I could find was one word: evidently. And it's true, because, once again, if life could not do that, we wouldn't be having this debate right now. However, you, from your religious perspective, would have us believe that instead of over 13.7 billion years, life finally arising, and who knows, it could have been a lot sooner than that, that there was an even more complex being that always existed and always will exist, is all-knowing, all-powerful. You would have us believe that instead, that complex matter can't come into existence, but instead even more complex, intelligent being was always there. It's a little more difficult to believe, especially whenever all you have to give us is blind faith. Well, I hope you were satisfied with those answers. I tried to answer as intelligently as possible. I do have 2 small side notes though. You were mentioning Darwinism and Darwinists. Sorry, but that's a creationist invention. There is no such thing as Darwinism or Darwinists. Perhaps evolutionists, but even then, it's not really. That would be the same as me calling you a Jesusist or a Yahwehist. It's not. You could call us scientists. That would work. Also, you say, you refer to, oh, the atheists believe that this, the atheists believe that that, and you make reference to the Big Bang or evolution. It's not a prerequisite that you have to believe in the Big Bang or evolution to be an atheist. Same to be said that if you are religiously minded, it's not impossible to believe in evolution or the Big Bang. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you make a response to it, comments, video, private messages, whatever. As a final note, Tony, I'm still up for that debate if you want to. Thanks very much. So that's you guys. See you later.